guys, welcome back to the channel. So, is it too early, too late, or no point at all? And of course we're talking about preparedness. There are a few things that currently float around in my community where people commented somewhat that some people think it is too early to start prepping, some people think it's too late to start prepping, and some people think it's no point at all to start prepping. Of course, it is all based on the current scenario, currently what is going on, obviously with the war we know between Russia and Ukraine and other involved parties. Things have been escalating pretty much on a daily basis, and I totally understand that many of you have been emailing and the whole fear and not understanding really what to do, how to do this, but we obviously covered this in a different video. However, it kind of made me think a little bit, and it was a good idea to make the video to kind of put my thoughts forward for those people who think. First of all, let's go through people that think it is too early to start prepping. And it's only, I must say, it was only like 2 people that have made that comment, and I've tried to really think and get my head around, but the whole point I've been told that it's too early to start prepping because the money we're spending now is only going to fund the war. Well, a little bit too late in the parade on that one, guys, right? We all know we're already funding the war, we're supporting the wars. This is how it is. For you currently not to buy anything because you think that we are funding a war, that's just, put it politely, I'm not really sure the intellect, it must be intellect of a banana skin to actually say and think that you cannot start prepping because you think we're funding the war and you're going to wait a little bit and you start prepping later. Are you going to start prepping later where everybody else starts panicking? Is that when we're going to queue up in a supermarket for 2 or 3 hours trying to get something that you probably wouldn't get because people before you already got that? So this is kind of mentality I really don't understand. You either start prepping or you don't. To say that it's too early to start prepping, I don't think is just an option. Maybe it's just me, but prepping, that's something you do over the long period of time or specific period of time, and it's never too early. It's not like we're expecting things to be any cheaper. Things are certainly not. Inflation, although being told to be dropped a little bit, however, we all know again the prices are going up on a daily basis. So to say is it too early to start prepping, I think that's just damn stupid. Please, by all means, correct me if you have your thoughts on that, but to me, this is how it is. Next one is some people say it's too late to start prepping. Well, again, I kind of don't understand that. Again, guys, the prepping is a long process, okay? And it involves more than just buying your your tins and milo bagging stuff and obviously dehydrating your stuff. Basically, it involves more. It involves you learning the skills, teaching yourself how to do some first aid, for example, how to do many aspects of survival. So this is a prepping thing. It takes time. So yes, I totally understand. Potentially it could be too late to start learning skills because obviously things could escalate really fast within any couple of days. However, we're talking about the food preparedness and the water preparedness. This is kind of the most initial thing that people really think when we're talking about prepping. So whilst at the moment, okay, I might not be able to have time to go and spend, months on learning specific wilderness courses or something else, I don't know. However, while the shops are still full of food, anybody can just go in there and buy themselves months or 2 worth of food. It's literally, of course, money permitting. However, there is nobody there stopping you. So if you wanted to accomplish your food preparedness, you can do this in one day. You can literally go on Amazon and order the bits that you think you might need of non-food, and then go to the supermarket and spend a couple of £100, a couple of £1,000, whatever you have to spend, and buy yourself food. So that, to me, does not make it too late. There is time, unless there is suddenly restrictions or rationings on the food that you can buy, or there's a massive queues in the supermarket. It is never too late. You can start now. And then the final thing, guys, we're talking about people say, well, there's actually no point prepping. Of course, as a prepper, we prep for many eventualities. And myself personally, because I've been living the prepping lifestyle for a few years and generally I look at it as my lifestyle, I prepare or want to prepare pretty much for majority eventualities. Of course, it is, unless it is like end of the world and things like this, which you can't really prepare for. And of course now, guys, we know what is currently going on in the news, and we know the potential outcome could be a nuclear war. And that's where many of you suddenly start to think that, well, there's no point preparing. First of all, of course, guys, there's a possibility that things will work out or things will be sort of put it along for another few years, And there is a possibility that the things will not come to that. There is other ways and means the conflict could be resolved or continuing without use of nuclear. And I know I said this many, many times ago, the fear-mongering videos out there to say that's right, that's it, everybody's hiding in the bunkers. Apparently Bill Gates texted someone of the preppers because he knows actually, yeah, everybody is hiding. Do you know what I mean? Like, things are there and they're there to, again, to make you scared. But there is still, please understand, there's still a possibility that that potentially will not escalate to the nuclear war. And even though, as a prepper, guys, it's our job, as you know, okay, to prepare, to make sure that you kind of safeguard your family from potential things that are happening. And in the meantime, other things, the small things might happen that obviously you'll be grateful that you've been prepping for. But when the people say, of course, yes, nuclear war is not worth prepping for because, well, actually, it might happen and it's just all the waste of time. Again, yes, guys, first of all, it might not happen. But secondly, I think it's one of those things, it's an instinct to survive, right? Whatever is coming, and of course we know the nuclear war, how could it pan out, you know, what effect it can have on the world. But hey, we don't know the extent to which it possibly can happen. There are so many variants. And there's still a possibility that some people in different countries and different places can survive and can still lead a fairly normal life. And of course, again, many of you are going to be commenting, there's a certain things, they're nuke, but there isn't just a single option nuke. There is other options and the areas, basically the way it could happen. It's not potentially the place you might want to be living afterwards. However, I feel myself, and that again, maybe some of you will relate, I don't know, but I have the instinct to go through and I want to survive that because we don't know to which extent it's going to happen. Again, I think because I have a young child, I think you feel it's, or I feel it's kind of, it's part of my job to make sure I can try and give my child a future, be it not potentially the future we'll be looking forward to or wanted to actually be in, but if we survive that and we can not say thrive in that, but actually make through and have a life, be it not the best one, then this is good enough for me point to try to do this. Because at the end of the day, again, guys, we can get there, okay? God forbid if we need to get there or have to get there. You can always make the decision thereafter because things won't happen instantly, if you see what I'm saying. So if we are at the position that, you know, fallout, blah, 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 whatever it is happening, but it's not going to be instant. The radiation poisoning takes a little time. Of course, again, it's depending on the area and how far you are from blah, 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 many things like that. But the decision then could be made after to make this final call, if that makes sense. So when I'm saying to people say, well, there is no point to prep because there's going to be a nuclear war. Well, I kind of disagree. Personally, I will still prep and I got hope that that's not going to come to that. So this is that, guys. That kind of answers my, or answers your some thoughts, I don't know. But basically, I just want to put this forward. And again, not putting anybody's mind at rest, probably whatsoever. However, it's certainly not too early to start prepping. It's certainly not too late to start prepping. And certainly there is still a point to prep. There's still a light in the end of the tunnel. So the point is, guys, start prepping now. So anyway, guys, well, thank you for watching. And I see you in the next one. Bye-bye.